Well, we all know Hambini is renowned for reaming, and he's 5 years old, and he's been practicing his reaming for a very, very long time. So he's pretty good at it, and he's reamed all of the big brands. But there is a new apprentice that's working over there also in the UK, and his name is Reginald. And yes, he's done a reaming as well, but he's reamed the reamer. And this is all about the hunt wheel and getting the bearings out. So let's roll that intro and let's have a look at, did the apprentice ream the master? Well, Reginald is the man in question right here, and he's a low-life mechanic in the UK with a very small channel, and he's challenged Hambini on how you remove bearings from the hunt hub. Now, Hambini used a punch. It's a type of punch that is like has a normal punch that would use to put a mark on a piece of metal so you've got a point to start drilling. But this was a flat punch, and he's tapping the bearing through the center of the bearing and tapping it out. And the reason why he's doing that, because the hunt design, the housing is like this, and in the center it has a tube that creates the pre-tension. So there's this tube inside, so you can't put a normal bearing puller in where the claws spread out and grasp the bearing, and then you can pull it out because there's tubes in the center. So what he's doing is he's just pushing, he's tapping that tube, pushing it to one side. So he's just got an edge that you can tap it, and then he taps the bearing out. And Reginald says, well, why are you doing that, Hambini? Because you can use a bearing puller. And he basically said, no, you can't. Because of this tube, you can't get a bearing puller in there. It doesn't work. So you have to do tap it out. Well, he goes, well, there's a special bearing puller. And if you're a hunt agent, they supply this bearing puller, or you can buy it. Apparently, Reginald got this one from Japan. But what it is, it's specially designed for these applications. And it fits in the hole, and it has just like a tiny little lip. And then you push a screw in the center, and it spreads this little edge out like this. And what it does is it seats on the chamfer of the bearing that's just above the tube that provides the pre-tension on the bearings. So that just gives it enough bite so when you pull it out, you can grab the bearing and pull it out because it's pushed in all directions so it can't slip out, and it removes the bearing. And I've linked the video at the end. I'll link Reginald's video, who in this case is the reamer, and then I will link Hambini's video of when he's doing the hunt wheels, who is the person being reamed. So it's kind of like, it's been reversed because we've got apprentice reaming the master 5-year-old. I always like to see a good reaming, but I don't care who it comes from. Reginald reamed, good old Hambini, and we see it all in living color on YouTube. So guys, check that out when you get to the end, because I'll put both videos up. But it is interesting, and Reginald, it is quite a long video, but he does explain exactly the two issues and what happens. So join me in seeing Hambini reamed by Reginald. Maybe we might see a response video from Mr. Hambini reaming Reginald back. But I've got my popcorn right here, and I will be waiting for that video. Okay then guys, that's where I'm going to leave it, and I will see you next vid. And remember, we all like a good reaming. See you guys.